Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. There's a big event coming up in Delaware that helps support our men and women in uniform, and you can take part, especially if you own a Harley, like the man I'm going to introduce you to now. Sky Phillips is Senior Vice President of Programming at iHeartRadio, and you can see from his shirt he's also the morning host at 94.7 WDSD. And Bill Flanders is Center Operations Supervisor at the USO, and this is an important partnership, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's talk about the event. It's called Miles for Military.
It helps the USO take care of the military whenever they come in. And what we do is we have motorcycle riders that meet at right over on the River Road, and they meet for the morning to get set up and enjoy music and coffee and donuts or whatever we have there. And then as it starts to grow, you will see that by probably mid-morning, 11 o'clock, we have about 400, close to 500 motorcycles.
Where does this happen?
This happens at the Delaware Army National Guard training facility on the River Road in Newcastle. And
you just, where do you drive?
Well, you just come
drive,
in.
Is that the right word? I'm not a motorcycle person. Ride.
Ride.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
You ride your motorcycle, and we line the motorcycles up. And then at 10:30, 11 o'clock, then we will leave and we will take Route 9 all the way down to the Air Mobility Command Museum in Dover, which is a ride that's a little over, I would say, an hour that it takes to get there.
And all of the money raised goes to the USO?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And how is that used?
Well, USO Delaware supports over 10,000 troops and their families throughout the state. So we have different programs, welcome homes, deployments for the National Guard in the Air Force, reserves. We support the Coast Guard down in Indian River. And then we, at Dover, of course, have the Families of the Fallen mission, where we support the families that come to Dover for the repatriation of their loved one that was killed overseas.
And the money from Miles for Military goes to help it make it a little bit easier for the families?
Yes, sir. It supports, again, all the events that we hold throughout the state. We do movies on the lawn for our families, fun days, like we've rented the go-karting place in Wilmington and allowed the troops and their families to go out and just have a day of relaxation, because they deserve that.
But it's more than just the race, right? Even if you don't have a Harley, you can come up and out and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is it's great because it gives an opportunity for not only the motorcycle riders to come together to do something for one common good, but it gives them an opportunity to go and see the museum there, which is an incredible museum. If you've never been to it, it just knocks your socks off when you walk in, because it has all of the old relics from the war and Dover Air Base. And what's so great about it is we have Sam Grow, who is an upcoming country star that's going to perform there at the event. We'll give you a free lunch. Immediately following, he's got to take off and go to Nashville because he'll be on the CMAs later that night.
He's going to be on the show?
He will perform on that show. So it's great. It's a fantastic
So
event.
it's $20 to ride, and it's $10 if you're a passenger, right?
Yes.
And so for the $20, just so I can tell people what kind of a bargain this is, for $20, they get to participate, they get a free lunch at the end, and they get a free concert.
Yes. It's
all kind of thrown in.
And then we're also doing a very special military working dog demonstration in between one of his songs or one of his sets there. So they get, the riders and participants can see, you know, what our military working dogs do to protect our nation, both here in the States and abroad.
Are there a lot of vets that show up to this?
Yes, sir. We have quite a few veterans that show up, and, you know, they're all wearing their patches from what unit they were in, and it's just a really fantastic ride that WDSD has been doing for us for 12 years.
Yeah, it's got to mean so much when you see the vets show up, and I'm sure they're thankful. Just, I mean, even the money raised is important. What the USO does is important, and you do God's work. But just the show of support.
Yes. Well, when you see that many motorcycles coming up over Reedy Point Bridge, side by side, escorted by the Delaware State Police, which Gary Fortney, we got to thank him. He's been with this from day one. When you see them come down over that bridge, it just takes your breath away.
It's going to be next Saturday. What time?
It's June the 11th. You can get there. The gates open up at 8, and we will do kickstands up at about 10:30. and we'll ride from the Delaware Army National Guard facility on River Road in Newcastle. We'll take Route 9 all the way down into all the different little towns through scenic Route 9, and we'll land at the Air Mobility Command Museum in Dover, right on Dover.
And where can you
Air
get more
Base.
information?
You can get it at WDSD.com.
And how about the USO?
On our Facebook page, just type in USO Delaware, and you can like us and see all the great events that we do for our troops.
And thank you so much for being here, Sky. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Sarah,
sir.
thank you for your
Appreciate it.
service. I do appreciate what you do. Sky Phillips, Senior Vice President of Programming at iHeartRadio, also the morning show host at 94.7 WDSD, Delaware's country station, and Bill Flanders, Center Operations Supervisor for the USO. Miles for Military is next Saturday. And coming up next on the Delaware Way, Willie Farms with a demonstration you don't want to miss when we return.